Welcome to the Land, your bet sports betting show. Two more NBA playoff games here on Monday night. Going to be looking at the first game of the night in this one. Got the Cavs and the Heat in Miami. Cavs looking to sweep here. Also have the other episode up for the second game of the night with the Dubs and the Rockets still in Golden State. So definitely make sure to sub to that channel. Follow along for the rest of these playoffs. Definitely struggled over the weekend to be able to get episodes up to you guys. Plenty of you know just moved into a new spot, and it has not been easy to deal with. I will leave it at that for now. So we have struggled to get them out over the weekend. Plenty over the last week, though, and then going to continue this week. Get right back to where we started as well. Had a great night here on Sunday. Didn't get the opportunity to put the video out, like I said, but got plenty of stuff in for the VIP. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to still get in for a little discount that I got for y'all. So if that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. As we jump into these game notes, wanted to let y'all know we are going with another code here, Davion. I mean, we keep winning. We're having a great day here on Sunday again. Going to probably be up about 3 units. Couple plus money hitters. About to hit another third plus money hitter on the night here on Sunday. So do want to give you guys a chance to still get in for 50% off. First month in the VIP. Do use that code, Davion. Link is in the description of the video for everything that you need to get into the VIP section of the Discord. Get everything I'm putting down for the NBA playoffs, as well as the MLB stuff from our guest cappers. 2 really, really good cappers in there right now. Hannah and Buddy Irons really crushing the baseball. So hope to see you guys in there using that code. Game 4, Darius Garland, questionable. Again, didn't play in Game 3. Genuinely have no idea if he's going to play. Going to have to revisit that pretty heavily tomorrow. But I imagine we'll find out about an hour or so before game time. And either outcome would not surprise me. Moving into what happened a little bit in Game 3, Kel'el Ware had the best plus minus on the team, on the starting lineup for the Heat, and saw 19 minutes. And that's what Spo is giving him, is 19 minutes. And the guys taking his minutes are Nikola Jovic, Pelle Larsson. That was Game 3 specifically, and a lot of Game 2 as well for Jovic, especially taking those minutes from Ware. I mean, the eye test is telling me that makes no sense. And then the stat test is telling me it makes no sense. Jovic was a minus 22. Larsson's a minus 20. Kel'el Ware was a minus 10. He was 2 for 3 from deep. Didn't even give him a chance. So I just don't know what other cards Spo has to pull up his sleeve right now to try to figure out a way to keep this series going. So I'm assuming that maybe, I'm not even assuming, I would hope that we would see Kel'el Ware. Max Strus is on one. That's the last note. He's just on one right now. He's been playing absolutely incredible in the last 2 games, especially in this last one without Darius Garland. I want to go over with you guys who does what when Garland is out, though, and then look at these matchups as well. So you know I love my on-off stuff, and I want to reiterate, this is all regular season stuff. This is not an end-all, be-all, just a little bit of a good starting point to go, all right, well, when Garland is out, what does happen in terms of how do people's stats change from Mobley to Donnie Mitchell to Jared Allen? That's what I've got here. Got 2 more for you as well. But kicking it with Mobley here to start. The thing that really just goes up is he plays about the same amount of time. He gets a couple more points because he gets a couple more shots. Really, that's what it comes down to. The boards are about the same, maybe 1 more rebound per game as well without him. But again, really the thing that I'd be focused on, because Mobley's rebounds are not where I'm going in this one. If anything, Garland out, maybe we can go to Mobley points, but I wouldn't assume he's good for a 20 piece in this one. As far as Donnie goes, it's really actually wild how stuff has not really changed, but it kind of makes sense, right? Donnie's actually scored fewer points per game without him. He's had fewer assists per game without Darius as well. Fewer everything. In fact, he plays 3 fewer minutes. And the reason is that when Darius has sat throughout the season, they played teams that they didn't worry about beating, right? And they probably were taking somewhat of a night off. So Donnie didn't really have to try when Darius wasn't out there. They usually just use him to sort of make sure that things are in control in the first half. They go up by 15, 20, and then he's good to go against teams like Charlotte and the like. And that's probably what would be the case here again. And that's what we saw in Game 3. The other thing about Donnie that makes him a worse matchup without Darius in this series is that he would probably get his cousin, Davion, at this point, right? Davion would be now on Donovan, whereas when Darius is available, Davion's guarding Darius. So it makes it a lot harder for Donovan, right? He now has one of the better wing defenders on ball in the league in Davion. So he doesn't want to deal with that. He will probably prefer to go over on Donnie if Darius is in, but we'll talk about that more in a minute in these player props. Jared Allen, he does go down in the points, which is interesting. It makes sense as well. Again, he's not trying to play too many minutes when they play bad teams, but also there's one fewer guy to set him up. Donnie's really looking for his own shot way more than Darius does. And Darius is usually looking to lob that thing up to a guy like Jared Allen. Let's go through 2 more real quick. Max Strus, I'm on his stuff for sure. Like I said, he's on one, and if Darius is not out there, he does go up by about 3 points. He gets 3 to 4 more minutes, and I think we should expect him to play 30 at least again in this next one, if that were the case. Last guy is like the guy that you would most think who comes off the bench, but Ty Jerome probably still won't start. And I talked about this in the VIP before this last game when Darius was out, saying, I love Ty Jerome assists. And we took him for the points and assists and cashed it. But the assists are what he went crazy with, right? 11 of them. The assists only go up by 1 for him. But here's the thing. He didn't start in this last game. Sam Merrill started. And that wasn't because they think Sam Merrill's better than Ty Jerome. It was because they love Ty Jerome as being able to facilitate on the second unit, right? So if he's still going to be playing, even with Darius out, it's not that he's necessarily going to be in a better position to, to get like more minutes with the starters, or will start. It's just that he's going to have more opportunity to be the only guy on the floor with handles, and like it's his world, right? There's no Karis LeVert around at this point. DeAndre Hunter plays a lot more with the starters as well. So we'll see, right, with Ty Jerome. But I'm going to get into those props with you guys and these matchups as well. Make sure to go ahead and give the video a like if you're getting anything out of what we got going on with the matchups, all the insights that we're bringing you. Hopefully this is the important info that you guys are using to make your bets as well. Like goes a long way, so much appreciated there. Looking at the matchup, starting with Cleveland on offense, let's assume that Darius is in. This is what it looks like. Davion is officially in the starting lineup for the Heat. No more messing around with Alec Burks. Wiggins stays on Donnie though, and then Darius and Don. Who am I trying to say? Not Donovan, but Davion, Darius, Donovan, you get it. Wiggins and Mitchell go at it. Mitchell and Garland go at it. And then Hero and Strus, Adebayo, Mobley, Ware, Allen. So this is a horrible matchup for Mobley on the boards, as you can see, right? He's also guarding Bam on the other side. We'll pull that up here in a minute. But then Strus still has a really good matchup when he plays in this situation, because Hero is on Strus. Makes things a little bit easier for Strus. But again, if Darius is in, not going to like try to attack too many ancillary stats for Strus, right? Like I'd probably just look at the threes and him being a little bit more open, but need to see what's up with Darius, obviously. On the other side here, it's pretty much status quo. If Garland is out and we see Sam Merrill in, we'll probably still see this same stuff right here. We'll have Strus on Hero, and we'll just have Sam Merrill on Davion, which is only going to make us love Davion props even more. Donnie and Wiggins stay on each other, and then Mobley out of Bio. But then Allen and Ware, right? This might change. If Ware comes out, then we probably see Allen switch over to Adebayo. So it kind of depends. Basically, how much Ware plays impacts Mobley and Allen based on their matchups as well. As always, going to be using Props Madness to jump into these player props with you guys. This is the #1 sports betting research tool around, saves you the most time, helps you find the actual important info that you need to using these filters and the like. If you do want to jump in, use code LYB. That gets you 25% off your first month. You can also use that to get 7 free days. Trial it out, see if you like it, play around with it, and see if it's for you. But why would I like ruin the surprise here? Let's just get right into Davion Mitchell, because we're going right back to it, man. I mean, I still like the points and the assists. What's the number on those? I still love the points the most. 18.5. I think that's the safest way to play this. I'll probably do another, over on points, over on the 15 plus points. That's why I want to stick with it. I mean, he's got 15 plus every game since the play, right, for the Heat here. And when you give him 34 minutes, which he's been playing regularly as well, let's just give it like 32 even, and we say he's playing with Bam, Hero, Wiggins, right? So all of those guys are in, but he's playing 32 minutes. I mean, he's averaging 15 a game. He's not just going over 11.5 every time. He's averaging 15 a game. He's going over 50. He's getting 15 plus, which is a nice little plus like 300. 9 out of 15 games in this situation. So maybe they don't believe in him. Look, he's running hot. Let's not be coy about it. Like he's running very hot as far as the percentage. 64% from the field, 78, 67. 38, so he still got the volume, but it was Atlanta, right? So like the volume is not totally there for him. I'll take 12 shots. I'll take 9. I'll take 11 because he's also getting to the free throw line. Like I'll take this and still feel good about it because the minutes are there, and that's all that really matters to me. Is that if he's getting 34 minutes and he's out there in a situation where he's got a worse defender on him than most of these guys, right? Because he's getting the Sam Merrills, Ty Jerome, not bad, but like he's getting not the best defender on the other team, which makes it way easier for him. And they're leaving him open as well because they don't believe in him, and he's making them pay. So I still love him for the points. I think the points and assists, like I said at the jump, are the safest. The thing that scared me about the assists, and the reason I stayed away from it last game, is once you start getting it, this was worse odds, right? It was like 6.5 minus 130. I was like, nah, I'm not in on that. The potentials are still so high though, 18 and 15 in this last game. Getting 7 is very reasonable when he's going to get probably 14, 15 more potential assists. You expect him to get about 50% of those turning into assists. But this Heat team can't shoot. They've been awful. They've been like, everybody has been stale. Hero was terrible last game. So it scares me that he has to rely on others to get the assists as well. But at the end of the day, like in the event that the shot isn't falling as often for him, he probably turns to the dimes a bit more. So it could be up in the air. Making points and assists the safest play. But but we're going to be getting some alt lines on the points, like I said, 15 plus and all that for our boy tomorrow. I also hinted at this at the top that Kel'el Ware deserves more time, and 5.5 points might actually still be low enough for us to take, even if he doesn't play very much, right? So if we look at the head-to-head so far in the playoffs, let's actually just get this into the playoffs here, yeah, which is what these are. Then we're looking at the last 3 games, and let me just do the last 3. Let's do playoffs. So he's looking at 5.7 points over in 2 of the 3, and the minutes here at 20, 19, 19. So basically we say about 20 minutes, right? Let's just give him a conservative projection in terms of his minutes and say he plays 16 to 20, right? So about 18, which again is conservative. He's played a few more minutes than that. But let's make the ceiling for how many minutes he's going to play tomorrow. Let's assume it's about 20 minutes, which is where it's been at for this series. Well, even on the season as a whole, he's played 15 games where he's played 16 to 20 minutes. He's at 7 points a game. He's over in 12 of 15. We're basically getting this at flat odds, which is minus 114 on both sides here on FanDuel, or minus 125, whatever, but good odds for him to get 6 points, right? Still taking a decent amount of shots, and they're easy shots because they're at the rim. They're the lobs. They're open threes, which he also hit 2 of them yesterday on Saturday when they played this game 3. So like I said at the top, I see Kel'el Ware as the card that has not been played yet enough. That's for sure. It's started. It's played 20 minutes, but it hasn't been played enough. So despite not being a great matchup against a team that loves to limit everything down low, I still think he's good at, in terms of, Allen doesn't want to come all the way out to the 3-point line and guard him. So you have an advantage there if he's going to hit some shots. We just need going 3 for 5 again, all shots right around the rim. So feel good about Kel'el to be able to get a stupid low number for himself. Also told you guys I like to talk about Max Strus in this one because I think there's a couple. I mean, look, we have to talk about it through 2 different lenses. One is Garland plays. The other is he doesn't. Let's assume Garland plays. The safest thing here for sure is threes. You're getting plus money for over 2.5. Granted, the attempts have not made you feel great about it when Garland has played, right? But Garland did play in this game right here, the first game, second game of the series, and Strus still got his 26 minutes, 4 for 8. Now, if he takes 8 threes and he's 3 for 8 means we get plus 122 or whatever the best odds you can get here, I'm in, man. Like, I'm totally in on that. Now, the first game, he shot 5 of them, and that made you a little nervous. But also in the first game, they were at home. Now he's on the road in Miami. I do think, first of all, I know he was fired up to play in this last game. They gave him 31 minutes, partly because Garland's out. They're going to give him that time anyway if Garland doesn't play. But we're assuming Garland plays and he gets 26 minutes. Well, it's still a great matchup for a spot-up shooter against a bad defense defending the 3. Really, the Heat aren't a great defense in general, outside of when you come down low against Bam. Like, that's pretty much it. It's just, if Bam's guarding you, you're in a bad matchup. Everybody else other than Davion, obviously, you're in a pretty good matchup against this team. I'm not scared of Tyler Hero's defense. Hell, I'm not even scared of Wiggs' defense anymore. He kind of looks like old Minnesota Timberwolves Andrew Wiggins that just looks scared of every moment possible. So don't believe in a lot of stuff in terms of the guys guarding Max Strus, and also he's likely getting plenty more Tyler Hero for him on defense. So love him for the threes. Hit the over 2.5 is plus 122. That's basically what the shot that he's going to shoot, especially if Garland is in. That's where he'll be standing. So we're going to be looking at the threes for him, but keep in mind, if there is no Garland tomorrow, we might go the route of just like the PRA at about 17.5 for him. This number actually might even be good with Darius and Donovan playing. Like, if we put both of them in on the season and look at his stuff, and let's just do it for like all of the games that he's there, this is about a fair number, right? He's at about, I thought it was about 17. It's a little bit high. So this does seem to be like right on the cusp of Darius going to play or not. It doesn't seem like the books are just slotting him as guaranteed to play the way that they're listing Max Strus's numbers. But I'm going to like Max Strus's numbers. Like I said, he's on one in Miami. Good matchup for a spot-up shooter. Threes is the best way to go if you're betting before we really know what's up with Darius. Unfortunately, I can't really talk about Ty Jerome definitively until we know what's up with Darius Garland, right? But I can tell you right now that if Darius Garland is out again, we're going right back to this man. And he's the one who probably has, actually, I think I mixed up him and Strus in terms of my expectations. He's still pretty close to his normal numbers with DG and with Donnie around. He's at 19.5 PRA. Okay, never mind. I'm lying to you again. You don't want to take this stuff if Darius is playing. So this is entirely about, is Darius not playing, right? Because if he's not, and we take Darius out here, let's go ahead and take him off court and see all the games that he's played with Donovan, without Darius. Bada boom, right? 28. Now, granted, like, again, one of these games was the Pelicans, but man, these are good defenses. One was against the Heat. Then we've got the Grizz. They were still okay on defense. They were already on their way downward to terrible, but the Magic, Kings also not great, but then this last game against the Heat. These are all overs. He's at 28 PRA. I think the assists are the best play. He had 11 on 10 potential, so he was running really hot on the assists. But even at 3.5, like I said, he's a facilitator. But when he's on the second unit without Darius, and he gets a few more minutes without Darius. So let's see what happens with Darius before we do anything with Ty Jerome. But as soon as we know what's up with him, like anything around 20, 18 PRA in that range for Ty Jerome, I'm going to be looking at that. All right, don't forget to use that code Davion. Gets you 50% off your first month if you want to come in and make sure you don't miss any of the plays that I'm making. And I will be back here with plenty of other stuff. Make sure you check out the Rockets and the Warriors, and then we'll be back with everything you need for Tuesday as well tomorrow. So like and subscribe until I see y'all next. Happy betting.